Hello and welcome to SudoKanard. We're here to solve this XV Sudoku 10-5 Sudoku. I've never known how to pronounce the title of this variant. This puzzle was created by Akash Doulani for Sudoku Grand Prix. It was worth 138 points, which is a lot. So it was clear from the beginning that it was to be a monstrously difficult puzzle, and it didn't disappoint. So I remember spending 5 minutes during the contest just getting the hang of what is happening here, and then a few minutes trying to find openings, and I just gave up and went on to some other puzzles. And when I took the time to solve it after the contest, it took me 2 hours. So I was right in just letting go. I hope this video won't be 2 hours long. I think I remember the general ideas and the areas where I'm supposed to look. So the special rule here is that whenever two cells are adjacent, where the digits cannot sum to 5, they cannot sum to 10. So 1 won't be next to a 9 or a 4, 2 won't be next to a 3 or an 8, etc. Alright, so I remember starting in this area, and let's just stay. Oh, I also remember that 2 is not next to the 3, not next to the 8, so that is a 2. So I think it was about just looking at every cell. Next to the 4 we can't have a 1, next to the 8 we can't have a 2. 3 looks possible, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9 are forbidden by the rules of Sudoku, and 6 can't be next to the 4, so that is a 3. Here I won't put any of those values, so we're left with 1, 2, 4, 6. But 2 won't be next to the 3, the sum would be 5. And I don't think any other value is forbidden at this point. So, well, let's just put 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. But 1 is not next to the 9. 2 is not here by the rules of Sudoku. 6 is not here by the rules of Sudoku. And I think that's it. No, that's not a 4. That's not a 4 next to the 6. The sum would be 10. And now let's have a look at this. And I remember eliminating a lot of values. For example, if that is a 6, then this is 5, it won't be 4, and this is 2, and there's no value for that. So that 6 is forbidden here. And I think 4 is forbidden. 4 forbids this from being a 6. And now you can see that's not possible. 2 and 4 here, there's no value for this. So 4 doesn't work. And then 4 and 1 can't be next to each other, so one of them here has to be a 5, so that this is 2 and this is 6. So that's a start. Now something else is that 4 can't be next to 1 or a 6. So the values here are 5, 7, 8, 9. But actually 9 is forbidden from this, 8 is forbidden from that. And next to 3 we can't have a 7. Next to the 2 we can't have an 8, so that is 5. That can't be a 7, that can't be an 8. So this is from 169. That can't be 8. It can still be 1769, so that's too many options. This is from 178. And there are 4 options here, so I won't pencil mark all of that. But there's quite some restrictions in there. I can pencil mark the fact that 6 is in one of those cells, perhaps. So now let's have a look at this area. So this can't have any of those values. It can't be 4 next to the 6, so we're left with 1, 7, and 9. But 1 here wouldn't work next to 1 or 4. 1 here would forbid this from being a 1, but 4 would as well. So this is actually only 7 or 9. So now 1 is nowhere here. I would use some slight annotation, I think. So 1 is somewhere around here. 1 forbids this from being a 4 or a 9. 9 is nowhere here. 9 could be here. Well, 9 could be around here. 9 here would put the 1 there. 9 is not as interesting, I think. 4 is more interesting because 6 forbids them from being 4s. 1 forbids this from being a 4. So there's a 4 in here. Now 4 here would be next to a 1, so that doesn't work. And something interesting here is the positions of 4 and 1 here. So we know that there has to be a 5 in here. And this is interesting because if you try to put the 4 here, then 1 can't be here and it has to be there. And in this case, both cells here contain a 5. So this is a difficult elimination, but a spectacular one, I would say. So that's a 4, that's not a 1. So there's a 1 in here. And now, what about 3, 8? What about 2? 2 is nowhere here, so 2 is in one of 2 places. An interesting point is where we put 3 and 8. They are not here, so 3 and 8 are in there. If I try to put 3 and 8 into those cells, then one of them will touch the 2. So that's not an option. So at least one of them is in here, which is probably not that interesting. We can't put the 3 next to the 7. Actually, there are not that many options for that cell. That cell must be different from all of those. And it can't be a 3 next to the 7. So we're left with 1, 8, and 9, I think. I think that's correct. So I think that's interesting. 8 would put, yes, 8 would exclude the 2 from being here, so we'd put the 2 here and the 1 there. That seems to work. I don't see any issue with that. So what else did I see? So what about this cell? This cell contains none of those digits, and it can't be a 9 next to the 1. So it has to be from 2 and 7. So this is easier. Oh, and 3 can't be next to the 2 or the 7. So the 3 must be in there, and 3 can't be next to the 2, so 2 can't be in any of those two cells. So 2 is here after all. Now this is none of those digits, and it's not a 3, it's not a 7 next to the 2. No, it's not a 3, it's not an 8. So it has to be a 7. That's the only option, so that this is 9. 7 is not next to the 3. And the remaining two digits are 1 and 8. So I probably made it longer than it needed. And next to the 9, it can't be a 1, so that's a 4, 5, 1, 8, and 1. So that's it for this part. Let's just put the pencil mark down there. Those are from 3, 4, and 8. That's not a 4. Those are from 2, 5, and 9. This is not 5. 9 is not next to the 1. And next to 3 and 8, I can't have a 2, so that's a 5. And I think that's it for this area. So where is the next place to look? Probably this area. We can see just by Sudoku that 3 and 5 are nowhere in this cross, so 3 and 5 are in here. Now 4. We're left with 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, but then this is not 8 or 9 because of those. This is not 6. And 7 can't be next to the 3, so that's a 4. 4 can't be next to the 6. This is not 7 just by Sudoku. 9 can't be next to the 1. 8 can't be next to the 2. And I think that's it for the time being. And an interesting point here is that 7 and 9 are in this area. So that those digits now are from 2, 4, 6, 8. 2 is not next to the 3. This is not 6. This is not 4. And we know that 2 and 4 are both in there. So one of them here is a 2. And the other digit can't be 8. So 8 is not in here. One of those two cells is a 4. And the other digit can't be a 6. So this is quite restricted. Something else I'm seeing. 4 on this row can't be here. It can't be next to the 1, so that's a 4. Well, that was almost scripted. So that is a 2, that is a 6, that is not 8, so that's a 4. 6 is not here, 6 is there. That's correct. Here we need 1, 3, 5, and 7, or digits from 1, 3, 5, 7. This is not 5. 1 is not next to the 4. 3 is not next to the 2. And 4 options for this cell. I'm not seeing any elimination. Oh, but I'm seeing elimination following this 4. The 6 on this row can't be next to the 4, so that's the 6. And the 6 on this row now can only be here. 1, 8, 9, 5. There has to be a 5 in here. That's not very helpful. Those are from 3, 7, 9, but the one here can't be next to the 9. Those are from 1, 2, 7, 8. This is not 2. 1 can't be next to the 4. 7 can't be here because, well, it has just a 37 pair here anyway, but the 7 can't be next to a 3. Note that one of those 2 digits is a 2, and 2 can't be next to an 8, so that's a 7. And that's a 3, that's a 9. 9 can't be next to the 1. 3 can't be next to the 2. And finally, 2 on this row has to be here. Well, 1 would be next to the 9, so that's 8. That's 9, that's 7, that's 1. This is now 8. That's all for the time being for this area, except that this is 1. Here I need 5 and 8. 8 can't be next to the 2. That's not 5. And this 3 turns this into a 7. So that is some serious progress. 2 will be somewhere here. It won't be next to the 3. 2 won't be next to 3 or 8, so this is 4. 4 won't be next to 1 or 6, so this is 7. 1, 6. The eliminations are quite spectacular once you find them. Well, with all those 2s, that has to be a 2. I need a 6 somewhere, it will be here. 2 can't be next to the 3, so that's a 5. That's the 3, that's the 5. But the eliminations are just pouring down at this point. 2 can't be next to the 8, so this can only be 9, and that is 8. Here I need 9 and 3. Oh, and by the way, this 3 tells me that this is 1, this is 5, so I need 3 and 9. There's a 9 in this column already. Here I need 7 and 8. Here I need 1 and 3. 1 is not next to the 9. This is 8, this is 3. Now I need 1 and 7. It resolves that up there. Here I need 8 and 9. And this is 4. And this is 3. So this puzzle definitely has a logical path, and it was so difficult to find. So I couldn't say I just found the path from memory, but you know, this 4 is something I just remembered because I have solved it numerous times a few days ago after the end of the round, just to engrave the main steps into my brain before doing this video. On the whole, I think it was a monstrous puzzle, and I'm quite surprised that it was featured in this form with this level of difficulty, 138 points. Usually, the organizers ask the authors to just nerf their puzzle in this case. So it's surprising that they didn't ask. And being myself a regular tester of puzzles by Akash Doulani, I kind of asked him to nerf some of his puzzles for his books. So it's quite surprising that this one wasn't, well. Anyway, that's all for this video. Thanks for watching it, and see you soon on SudoKanard.